Have you ever wondered how a vast country like the United States, with its distinct federal and state governments, manages to work together on shared challenges and common objectives? It is a complex dance where sovereignty meets collaboration. Federal and state policy goals are primarily aligned through a diverse set of formal and informal mechanisms that promote cooperation, coordination, and sometimes a degree of federal oversight. These mechanisms are crucial for ensuring that policy initiatives, from healthcare to environmental protection, can be effectively implemented across different governmental levels. The core reason for this alignment lies in the concept of cooperative federalism, which recognizes that both levels of government share responsibilities. Key mechanisms include grants in aid, where the federal government provides funding to states for specific programs, often with attached conditions or guidelines. There are categorical grants for narrowly defined purposes and block grants, which offer states more flexibility. Additionally, federal mandates, sometimes unfunded, requiring states to meet certain standards or perform specific actions, compelling alignment. Interstate compacts also allow states to enter into formal agreements with each other, often with congressional consent, to address regional issues. Furthermore, judicial review by federal courts plays a role, as Supreme Court decisions can set precedents that guide policy direction for both federal and state actors. Practically, these mechanisms mean that when the federal government seeks to address a national issue like infrastructure improvements, it might offer significant highway construction grants to states, provided they meet federal safety standards. Or, to combat a public health crisis, federal agencies could issue guidelines and provide funding, which states then adapt and implement through their own health departments. In environmental protection, federal laws set baseline standards, while states create and enforce their own, often stricter, regulations, all working towards a common goal of safeguarding natural resources. Understanding terms like unfunded mandates helps to illuminate the tensions within this alignment. These are federal directives that impose requirements on state governments without providing accompanying funding, placing a financial burden on states but still driving policy alignment. The concept of devolution also highlights this dynamic, representing the transfer of power and responsibility from the federal government to state and local governments. These nuanced approaches demonstrate the constant negotiation between national priorities and local control. Ultimately, the mechanisms aligning federal and state policy goals are the very sinews of American governance, enabling a unified national response to challenges while respecting state autonomy. They ensure that despite having separate spheres of authority, both levels of government can collaborate effectively to serve the public interest, fostering a functional and responsive system of shared governance.